Alright, let's try this again. Alright, I think we're live. Let's go ahead and check. Okay. There we go. Now it's working. I might not just give it enough time last time. Alright. I think we're good now. Alright. Alright, today, I'm going to challenge my... Oh, I saw it moving, I was like, what is that? That's my dog. I'm going to challenge myself here. I'm going to hunt on Yukon, which in my opinion is one of the more hard maps. And I'm going to do it in a bit of an unconventional way. And by that I mean I'm going to use a bunch of weapons I typically don't use. Or I'm going to use weapons in a manner that I don't use them in. Meaning I'm probably not even going to have a rifle with me. Actually, I will. But it's going to be a muzzleloader. So the idea is that we're going to... Ooh, better yet. The Martini Henry. Yeah, okay. We're going to hunt with really weird weapons today. That's my idea. So we're going to hunt with an 870 with slugs and possibly a scope, which I don't typically hunt things that way. Hello there. General Canada, you are a bold one. Welcome. Anyways, well, I'm doing a bunch of unconventional shit today. I'm just gonna hunt with a bunch of random crap I don't hunt with. Alright, I'm also gonna need a handgun. I don't know if I want to use a single shot handgun or not, though. You know what, I will. Use the 4570 single shot. Oh, man. This is gonna be interesting. Alright, let's see what we got here. Alright. Got a rifle, pistol, shotgun. Went to my very first gun show. I felt like I was in America. Really? That's cool. You went to... Okay, that's pretty cool. Did you see anything nice? Did you buy anything? Are you able to buy anything, or is that just completely illegal now, where you're from? Did you see the mythical golden AK you're always talking about? Gonna buy some shotgun shells. SKS, no golden AKs, unfortunately. Yeah, well, that sounds like Canada. Here's a question about the SKS where you live. So the SKS normally holds 10 rounds. So how do they restrict that in Canada? I wonder. Is it like do they do something to the magazine? Because the SKS, hey, how's it going? The SKS only has a 10 round mag. There's no way to really change it. You could make it bigger, but I don't think you can make it smaller. So how do they go about that? Normally 5 or less. But like how? Like do they just drill something into the magazine? .4570 need that too. The mag is a lot smaller in the chip. Okay, so I guess they. Okay, interesting. Interesting. I just never heard of a 5-round SKS magazine. That's got to be something new they've been making. Because the ones I've seen always held 10. And the stripper clips that came with them held 10 rounds. Alright. Got the wrong dog. Roscoe. There he is. Okay. Let me get my guns equipped here. What are we hunting today? It's not so much of what we're hunting, it's how we're hunting. So I'm using what I'm calling unconventional weapons. So I've got the bases covered with rifle, pistol, shotgun. But here's what we're doing. Let's see, it was made a while back. Let me read that real quick. because my chat is being stupid right now and not letting me read. Okay, it was made around back in the 50s. Okay, all right. I guess that's kind of when the SKS came about. Anywho, so here's what we're hunting. We're in the Alaska, so the Yukon. So grizzlies, moose, caribou, that sort of thing. But we're hunting with weird weaponry. Like we got the black powder Martini Henry that you can only use iron sights with. I've got the Remington 870 pump shotgun, but we're gonna use slugs and potentially a scope on it, so that's gonna be interesting. And then last but not least, we got the 45-7. Let's see. Yeah, the 45-70 single shot pistol as our handgun, which we can also put a scope on that as well. I don't know how good this is going to work out. And honestly, for the shotgun, probably just going to do that. Actually, I forgot to grab my birdshot. You should use one of the old revolvers for your pistol. Oh, yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I might do that. Just hold on 1 second. 12 gauge, 12 gauge. Went out into the woods today, saw 3 black bears, a huge moose, a river and a waterfall, and a towering mountain. Let's see. And small streams. Fascinating. Wilderness. It's one thing Canada's got going for it. It's actually, I don't know what part of Canada you're from, but they're adding a Canada map to this game, and it's going to be in Alberta is where the map's going to take place. So that's going to be pretty cool. Actually, I think I got enough carry capacity where I can just carry another pistol on me. In fact, I do. All the stuff I got is pretty lightweight. So, you say old revolver, so I'm thinking of this. Peacemaker. Alright. Okay, what am I gonna need for this area? I got a goose call. But I did. Same loadout probably used by Arthur Morgan back in 1899. Yeah, you're not wrong. I need Canadian goose call. That's what I need. Canada, your country gave us one of the most annoying creatures on the planet. I hope you're proud of yourself. Like, who wants to listen to this all day? I'd shoot myself if I'd hear that all day. And don't forget the golden AK. You're not responsible for the golden AK. The cartel is, or Saddam Hussein, or the people over there. Those are the ones who usually make gold AKs. It's either drug lords or leaders of a third world country. That's what I have to listen to in New York whenever I'm hunting. I still just can't fathom that. The fact that you're the first New Yorker I've ever seen, or cool duck hunters. Cool duck hunters. You're not responsible for that either. Louisiana is, but I just hearing the words New York and hunter in the same sentence is so weird to me. I mean, I know that like it's not just New York City. I know that, like, you know, there's like a there's a more country part in New York, but it's just so weird, man. I couldn't imagine. It's unfathomable. Wait, right there. I think I hit it. Damn black powder. Most underpowered bullets in the world. Sometimes I wish this game had like a replay feature or like a bullet cam or something. Every time I think of New York City, I just imagine a hunter hunting a bunch of... Hold on, I gotta read that. Hunting a bunch of... animals there. Yeah, just a dude wearing camouflage in the middle of like a city block with a rifle. Yeah. Oh, I did hit it. I live like 6 or 7 hours away from New York City. Still, it's just weird to think about. Like, whenever I think of a hunter, I think of my native state of West Virginia. You know, a bunch of people around here that kind of talk like this a little bit. You know, a little, southern twang to it. What I don't imagine is, hey, yo, hey, I shot that deer. Get out of here. This is my woods. That's not what I think of. That's just where my mind goes. Maybe Hollywood's just like made me think that's what all of New York is. It's just the Big Apple. It's a rotten apple, I tell you that much. I forgot to even load this thing. It's funny because I'm pretty good with a Boston accent. Hey, get over here. You're a tough guy. I live about 2 hours away from Vermont. Okay, now that's understandable. I would rather probably live there, actually. Only at 15 rounds in. Okay, we'll just stick with that. All right, that moose is probably long gone. I don't even know if you can even carry a handgun in New York, dude. That's how little I know about it. I just know that, like, there's two sides of hell on earth, and that's California and New York City. A Canadian hunting... Hold on. Hey, hunting in New York. Far from home. Well, not too far from home, actually. Because doesn't... Probably gonna sound stupid when I say it. Okay, I'm pretty sure. Doesn't Niagara Falls start in, like, New York and then just go straight up? You can carry a handgun? Okay. I'm assuming it's probably open carry and not conceal carry, though. I mean, I think I've been hearing some things about New Yorkers fighting for more gun rights, which they should, if they're smart. I'm just waiting for the Hearing Protection Act to go in, hopefully. That way I can buy a suppressor cheaper than I can normally without having to pay a $200 tax stamp. It's concealed carry, not open carry. Oh, really? That is surprising. I am genuinely surprised. Oh, good for y'all. I'm glad y'all have some freedoms now. And over here, you have to get a background check for it. Never mind. I'm no longer proud of New York. That's kind of well, yeah. That's yeah. I mean, I got the more you know. Yeah, here's something funny. So where I live in the state of West Virginia, you can buy a handgun at the age of 18 years old, but you can't buy one at a gun store. You cannot walk into a gun store and buy a handgun. You have to be 21 years old to walk into a store and buy a handgun. But if you're 18, you can do a private sale and buy a handgun from somebody or have a handgun passed down to you from a family member, which is what I did. I privately bought a handgun, and I went to a store known as Bridgeport, which is a oh, so I can get it with my let's see. I'm not well equipped for this. Ouch, get the rifle. Anyways, and I went to a place called Bridgeport, which is like gun heaven. It's America in a store, but it's not Bass Pro Shop or a Cabela store or anything like that. But basically, they sell a bunch of guns and they sell a bunch of like farming and tractor equipment and all that stuff. I'm gonna kill this thing. Hold up. What I got loaded in this thing? Slugs. Give me my scope. I'm about to show this coyote why healthcare isn't free in America. Huh. I guess he ran off long ago. Oh, whatever. We'll just go down this way. Same? No. Okay. Alright, back to my story. So, I go in here, and I was like, well, I got an AR-15, and I got a Beretta 92, so I'll just, let me get some 5.56 and some 9mm. I go in there, and it's just, I don't know, this is just dumb to me. Walked in there, and I'm just like, okay, I put my ammo on the counter to pay for it, and the lady there's like, okay, well, I can't sell you the 9mm, but I can sell you the 5.56. And I was like, what? It's like, I mean, okay. So I just bought it. They're trying to ban semi-auto rifles. Yeah, I know. I'm just surprised that you live in New York and you hunt. That's still the part I'm still trying to understand. Welcome to the gun show. I thought I died. Let's see, what? Died and we went into heaven. Yeah, but it's Canada, so you probably didn't even get to see a whole lot of cool shit, though. At most, the coolest shit you probably saw was like some old World War II stuff. Gun shows over here, dude, you got like M16s and AKs and cool HK stuff no one sees, like MP5s. Like over here, you get to see cool shit in most places. Anyways, but yeah, I couldn't buy 9mm ammo, even though I'm fully and legally allowed to buy a 9mm handgun. It was kind of weird. It's like you can privately. I mean, you could. I guess I could privately buy ammo too. So I don't know. It's just kind of weird. I was like, well, okay, whatever. I should have just doubled down and bought more 223, honestly, or 5.56. Same difference. Very similar round. Both working on AR-15. What? Oh. Got me a deer last year. Oh, my dad and me got a deer last year. Oh, okay, nice, nice. I'm gonna start hunting. I got a 12 gauge shotgun. Actually, you probably already saw my range video. I got a 12 gauge shotgun and I got some rifled slugs for it. I'm gonna try those out. Probably try to kill a deer with that next season. Night vision, bulletproof vest, shoulder holsters, and some medieval. Make sure the game warden don't show up to your house because we know how much you hate the game. a game warden wouldn't make it 2 steps into my trailer park. Dude, I don't even know the last time I saw a game warden. Actually, I can't answer that. Never. Despite my love for hunting and my love for guns and fishing and all this stuff, I've never actually been hunting before, if you can believe it. I've been squirrel hunting once with my uncle many moons ago, but I have not slung a rifle over my shoulder, decked out in camouflage and face paint the whole nine, and walked out into the woods to try to find a deer. Never done it my entire life. I want to, and I intend to, somehow, some way. So I guess I've never actually had to deal with a game warden before, and I'm just itching to experience that. Not really. I don't much care. I mean, I'm gonna attempt to abide by the law when I'm hunting. I'm surprised never. I know, right? I live in West Virginia, which is like one of the most just. Everyone who lives here is a hunter, just about. Do you know? I'm sorry. What? Do you know where the? I have no idea how to even pronounce that word. Caribou. Try to hit him with the slug. Oh man, we are not in a good spot at all. Dang it. Hold up. Let's creep along the ground here. If I actually had a good rifle with me, this thing would have been dead long ago, but I actually don't know what's the velocity on a slug in this game. I don't think a slug's going to only go 50 meters. Should go a little bit farther than that. Oh, maybe not, actually. What's everything else go? 50 meter, 25. Okay, now 50 meters does sound about right, actually. I don't really speak metric, though. I speak American. I'm just going to try to get within 50 yards of it. What the? I smacked him. Alright. Roscoe, come on, need your nose. I had to have killed that. I mean, there's no way I didn't. Oh man, look at that. Yeah, he's just right here. Okay. All right. That's pretty impressive. That was about 50 yards, right? Pretty close. Let's see, 71 yards, and I hit exactly where I was aiming, which was I wasn't quite aiming for the shoulder, but I was aiming for the lungs. Nice. Now you just find a bunch of trucks in the distance and okay, I'm sorry. I gotta read that. What is going on here? Where you have to have a fishing license at 16 instead of 18. Huh. I don't actually know what the whole fishing license thing is over here because I've never really had a fishing license. Every time I've fished, I was usually either doing it. Well, let's see. I don't want to say doing it illegally. Around here, we usually have there's usually times where you can fish without a license at certain places. So I'd usually do that, or I went to someone's property and fished on their property. And I'm actually going to get a membership at the range, or well, I'm not going to get the membership. I might pitch in on it though, but basically at this gun range I go to, someone gets a membership, and then you can just bring a couple people with you, and so on and so forth. And they got a pond there, and the loophole there is that a game warden can't say anything because you're on someone's privately owned property that is gated in, but you have a membership there, so you have a key to the gate, meaning you technically sort of have a little bit of part of that property per se. You're allowed to be on that property and do what is there to do. So fish or shoot guns. So, I intend to do both. I mean, and you can have a hunter's license at 13 instead of 16. Really? Do you have to have an adult with you to hunt until you're 18, or can you just, at 13 years old, go out there by yourself with a loaded rifle in the woods? Like, how's that work? You have to have a guardian with you until you're 16. Okay, all right. Huh. I mean, that makes sense. 16, yeah. I reckon if I had a son, I'd trust him at 16 to go out in the woods and not blow his own brains out or shoot somebody. Very fascinating. Oh, I forgot I have the whole map. And I haven't really hunted here a whole lot. I mean, I have, but I haven't. I haven't made a whole lot of noise in a while. This is where I killed a pack of wolves one time. Interesting. Well, what's your favorite gun to hunt with? Let me ask you that. What do you typically use? I've got a feeling I'm thinking 1 or 2 calibers. That was really weird sounding. Well, that one got away. What calibers do I think you use? I'm just gonna start naming off the common stuff. 30-06, 308, 270. Somewhere in that ballpark. What? And these things are not really moving a whole lot. I am the Captain Hell Mags. Yeah, the range video. Should I drop a part 2 tonight of all the other range stuff that I have, because it wasn't just that. I've got more range videos. Well, I mean, that was that specific day. I have older range stuff. Your dad uses a... I don't even need to read the full thing. 270 short Winchester Magnum. WSM. Drop a part 2? I will. I will do all the old stuff I have. Alright, I think I'm gonna... I need to save my energy for this game, because I feel myself getting burned. Use a 25-06. Not a fan of that, because it's really hard to find around here. If I were to hunt, I would use a 308. Because where I live, that's all you need to kill anything. That'll kill whitetail, kill black bear, kill everything. I mean, biggest thing we got around here in West Virginia is a black bear, and a 308 can kill that no problem. So that's probably what I would use. I also like a 7mm 08, and I just don't know why. I just like it. And a 30-06. Well, yeah, 30-06. That used to be the common around here. I mean, a lot of people still hunt with 30-06 around here, but it's mainly 308 now. And I know some people that still use a 270, just a regular 270. Not the short Magnum, just a regular 270. I do know one person that does hunt with a 270 Winchester short mag, but I don't know too many. 30-06, love that. Yeah, 30-06 is great. 30-06 was designed as a war cartridge and then became a really popular deer cartridge after it was no longer used in wars. Dad has both. Yeah. Reason I like a 308 is because it's you know, that's sort of what they short mag and regular. Yeah. The reason I like 308 is because of how many weapons they make in it. I can buy an AR-10, which is just an AR-15 reach hammer to 308. Where I live, there's no magazine restriction on hunting. I could actually take an AK-47 with a 75-round drum magazine and walk out in the woods and kill a deer with it. There is no restriction on anything like that. Oh, I just want to kill coyote so bad. Oh, I want to kill it. Where's... Never can see him when I need to. Where's the cap? Yeah, exactly. I can just go out there like a Somali pirate. You just can't hunt with a machine gun. That's where they draw the line. You can hunt with a semi-auto with a 75-round drum, but you cannot hunt with a fully automatic machine gun. Which, the way I was firing that AK in that video, I don't think you could tell the difference hardly. Because I was getting it up there to about AK full auto fire rate. I was getting it there. And that wasn't a 75-round drum. That was a 100-round drum. That thing was heavy. One of the Duck Dynasty guys. Yeah, Phil Robertson. The last stream I did, yeah, I talked about him. I used to watch Duck Dynasty a lot. Let's forget the great, what? The great emo war? No, emu. I want to say emo. Emu war, yeah. I still don't know the difference between an emu and an ostrich. I can't tell the difference. Alright. I think I'm going to end stream, and I'm probably going to go make that range 2, or that range video, part 2. Even though technically it's a prequel, because it's a bunch of stuff that I did before. So, I reckon I'll see you guys in the next stream, and keep an eye out for that video. It'll be coming sooner than expected. See ya.